on here. Morning. I'd like to call the Executive Committee meeting for December 23rd to order. If we could get a roll call, please.
Mr. Lear?
Present.
Mr. Hess? Ms. Polk?
Present.
Ms. Weber? Present. Mr. Payton?
Present.
Ms. Parker?
Present.
Mr. Fairfield?
Present.
Mr. Carrico?
Present.
Mr. Featherling?
Present.
Mr. Miller? Mr. Long?
Present.
Mr. Hunter?
Present.
Mr. Wheeler?
Present.
Mr. Seroy?
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We have no public comment today. Approval of the minutes, November 23rd, 2021. Is there a motion there?
Polk.
Ms. Polk with the motion, Mr. Long with the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
Aye.
same sign. Motion carries. No presentations under legislative. Mr. Lear, did you have something for us today?
I have nothing at this time.
Okay. Thank you. I had one thing I just saw. Our senator submitted a bill. I don't know where it's going or where it's resting now, but Senator Joyce, basically it has to do with the property tax extension. If we reduce the property tax extension right now because of PTEL, it's gone forever. Well, he introduced a bill that says if you get throughout the year, you can actually abate taxes and then not have that extension get reduced, which means that you could be having a great year and then basically abate taxes for taxpayers during that cycle. So it's a really nice piece of legislation that doesn't penalize the governmental units. If they see a surplus coming in a year and things like that, they can give it back and to the taxpayers. I love the idea because that's one major detriment. When you do reduce that levy, it's just gone forever, and so your costs are exponentially going up, mostly because of labor costs and utilities. Nothing goes down, it all goes up. We know that, that's life. But this allows us to, if we don't need it one year, things come in, sales tax is really high one year, we can actually kick that back to the taxpayers. I love the idea. So we'll see how that plays out before the Chicago crew gets their fingers in the amendments and all that stuff. We'll see what happens. But it is, the start of the bill is a pretty good one, I think. So we'll talk more about that later as it progresses. Thanks though, Steve. The information services, Kevin Duvall, no, anything today? Does anybody have any questions for Kevin? Anything going on of particular import? Basically just business as usual. So obviously everybody can always reach out to department heads with questions individually. It doesn't have to come right in the meeting. So moving on, Health Department, Mr. Beavis, not here today. Alrighty. Do we have a monthly report in your packets? Is there a motion to accept that monthly report? Mr. Featherling, let me get another second out there. Mr. Long is trying to dominate here. Mrs. Parker. Mrs. Parker. Well, he's right in front of me. It's hard to miss, you know. But Mrs. Parker with a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. All righty. Motion carries. Nothing from schools. VAC. Carrie, you had something today?
I do.
While she's coming up, is there a motion to accept the monthly report from VAC? Mr. Lear, second, Mr.
Polk.
Long. How about Mr. Fairfield with the second? Yeah, we're gonna cut you out of everything here. Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's everybody's fiscal year end in November, and I have several things. First off, I'd like to talk about the generous donations that the VAC has had this year, and most of you know that we've had a gifting tree sitting at our entryway, and through donations, which we've had about $2,100 given us through the holiday season, and we've been able to clear that off. We have been able to get a couch, a large beanbag chair, a bike, lots of coats, gloves, and been able to clear off that tree. We're very thankful for those donations. Most of them have come from the other various service organizations, the Marine Corps League, American Legion's VFW Post. We've given out 14 Thanksgiving and Christmas meals to the indigent veterans and their families. The Marine Corps League will be furnishing 10 hot meals for the veterans that live in River Station. They're actually going to do it on the 29th, not for Christmas. They've actually had it do it after Christmas. And then there's a family of 8 in Moments. They have not had an income since July. There are 6 children, and the Marine Corps League Auxiliary will be furnishing them their full Christmas. The kids from the age of 17 down to 3 will be getting their Christmas presents and their meal for Christmas from the Marine Corps League Auxiliary. The VAC for last year, between our claim work, being the pensions and the disabilities, the paperwork that we do on a daily basis besides the working with the financial assistance that we do, we brought in almost $1.1 million to veterans for their benefits over the last year. And then one thing that I am very proud of, and I want you all to know, that I've worked very hard. I've been here 12 years, and it's something that there are only 4 in the state of Illinois, and probably about 20 across the United States that hold an accreditation called a Certified Veteran Advocate. December 9th and 10th, I took an online class, and I passed my test. You have to get a 90%. Yes. So that CVA gives me extra initials, not that it really matters, but I'm very proud of that, and I want you to know that there's 2 in Kane County, 1 in DeKalb, and now 1 in Kankakee. So it is all about doing work with the Board of Veterans Appeals and being able to do more work with veterans and taking them to the next level. So that is one thing that I'm proud of over the last 12 years that I've been able to work towards. And then the last thing I'd like to bring up is the 14-bed shelter that has brought lots of news lately. And although that's really not a county project, I would like to address it here. I was asked by the Kankakee County Housing Authority back in August-ish if we, as the VAC, would be on board with being a part of it. And I have, since I started, helped homeless veterans through the Kankakee County Housing Authority get shelter through Section 8. So there is a veteran's preference with Kankakee County Housing Authority. If a veteran needs shelter, they come to me and I verify their veteran status and give it to Randy McGill and say, yep, get them housed, get them on the veteran's preference list. So this shelter will do the same thing, except there will be an extra vetting for them that will show a need for the supportive services that will be allowed in this shelter. That shelter is needed, and I urge anyone that has anything to do with their alderman in the city to ask them to vote yes when this comes to a vote January 3rd. There is nothing more important than the supportive services that this shelter will offer that is needed in Kankakee County. And we need it. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but we need this. We work closely with the Housing Authority to make sure that veterans get what they need anyway, but like River Station, we can house veterans there, or Azarelli Towers or Midtown or whatever, but if they're not getting the supportive services for their mental health or their addiction treatment or whatever it might be, they're lost. Just recently, we had a veteran in River Station who has an alcohol issue, and he's being evicted. He's going to a grant per diem location in Joliet because he can't stay there, and it's hard. He needs a location where he can get the supportive services like this housing unit can give him. So I truly urge anybody that has anything to do with it. And I know there's a lot of rumors, I'll just say rumors, that it's being pushed really hard to get through the city council really quickly. And some people say it's because the people doing it want to make money. They want to get it done because the real estate agent wants his money. But truly, there's a deadline with the state and the Illinois Department of Public Housing grant. Their deadline is January 21st. They're going to push it. January 21st is right around the corner, so the vote January 3rd is very important. So, in closing, one of the things that we got to do yesterday, I was not able to go. Kelly, could you cue up the video? We were able to go to a veteran that we housed yesterday We got 4 TVs from Our Patriots is a nonprofit that I work with out of Joliet. It's us, LaSalle, Grundy, and Will. We work together, and we got 4 TVs, 40-inch screen TVs from Our Patriots, and this veteran got housed yesterday. Go ahead. That's our employee, David. And he's bringing in a donation that we got from the YMCA. They did a run and did a bunch of personal hygiene stuff too, but this veteran is just sobbing. He wasn't gonna have a TV at all, and he got a 40-inch flat screen TV for free. And he is just sobbing over the fact that he got that TV. And that's the type of work we do. And I want you all to know that these type of things will happen and continue to happen from the work that we do and collaborate with the nonprofits that we work with between Project Headspace and Timing, Our Patriots, Catholic Charities, then the Kankakee County Housing Authority.
Quick question, just how many, do you have an estimate on how many homeless veterans there are in the community?
Right now, there's probably about 6, give or take, that we have in hotels and yeah.
Could be more though, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's just the ones we know about. And I'll, if you have time, I know you guys have another meeting, but I had a phone call yesterday, and these are the type of things that just floor me. A veteran has been sleeping in his car since July. Since July. He grew up in Clifton, went to high school in Kankakee, Navy veteran for 4 years, came back here, had some kids, got married, went to Iowa, got divorced, been back in this area for 6 to 8 months. Sorry. He has a child here in Kankakee, and he's so proud he didn't want to ask anybody for help. And yesterday he just couldn't take it anymore. So he's been living in his car, and he got stopped by cops, and he's driving on a suspended license, and they told him if they stop him one more time, they're going to arrest him and impound his car. And he knew that he couldn't do that, because if they took his car, because he's driving for Instacart to raise money to pay his child support. So he had called the Will County VAC, and nobody answered. He had left a message. So he called Catholic Charities down here, since he knows us, and he'd been in our office before in 2013 when he first got out of service. So he called us. Catholic Charities told him to call us, so he called us too. So between Will County and us, we got him a hotel last night. He's in a hotel, he's safe, he's fine. But it's people like that they're too proud. I mean, he is a perfect example of who needs to be in housing, like that supportive housing. He's got issues, we know that, and we just need to have that type of facility available and ready to go. So he'll be housed in a hotel until we find a facility for him to go to.
Thank you. I just seen some unfortunate misinformation by somebody who's a member of this board on Facebook, and I was disturbed by it.
So, and I know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
and he and I had over a half-an-hour conversation last night, and he took that post down.
Good, good. I thought it was unfortunate and uncalled for, but that's just my own opinion. Mr. Hunter, I'm sorry, Mr. Featherling first, then Mr. Hunter.
When you gave the gentleman the TV,
Microphone, please. I'm sorry.
when you gave the gentleman the TV, was there somebody there to unbox it, and is there something for him to hook it up to, or is it?
He does not have internet yet,
Okay.
but he has it ordered. And he said he can do the rest of it himself. We did ask him that, and just for FYI, we did ask permission to show that today too.
Yeah, okay.
So, but yes, he is okay with
I just
that.
want to make sure that it's taken care of. See what you had for him there.
Yep.
Thank you. That's
Mr.
great
Hunter.
work.
Karen, let me thank you. I was going to thank you publicly here today regarding your comments and your sentiments and your position on the veterans shelter. I was contacted by some of the aldermen, and I did talk to some of the aldermen as well too, in terms of their position, and I would encourage them to vote for it. And yeah, the second reading is up January 3rd. Also, I interface or gave names to the aldermen if they needed information regarding this initiative. Stan Olenjack, I gave that name. You know, he was a veteran activist. I even talked to Mike Pitts, who just recently had surgery. He's down in Florida, and I encourage him to talk to some of the aldermen as well too. One thing I want to mention that I'm on the Christmas Day Inc. Board, and last year I think we served in excess of 1,400 meals at 9 different sites in the county. This year we're doing the same thing, and I would encourage your veterans to make a call or to attend one of the 9 sites, and we give full meals to everyone who comes, in addition to bags of fruit. We have live entertainment. We give gift cards away as well too. So I know Randy Van Fossen likes people to call in and register, but you don't really have to do that. Just show up, and we'll take care of them. So we owe a lot to our veterans, and I know that Sam Payton's was one of the grand poopas out in Pembroke, but we, you know, it's amazing what, you know, veterans have done to harness the security for this country. So my hat goes off to you.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts, comments, questions?
And the meals are 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. all those sites. Free food, everything,
And
no charge.
I think that's why the Marine Corps League isn't doing it till the 29th, because there's so many things that are going on for Christmas and stuff, so they just kind of put it off so that they could have something the next week too, so.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the info.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
The county administrator report. Nita Speckman.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, you're not coming up.
I'm not coming up. It's just real brief because December's a very busy time for us doing just all our standard things. In addition to the daily work that we do, we have open enrollment that was held December 1st through the 15th. That is done. The files are at Paylocity, and I think you heard that all went through okay, right, Kelly? Thought so. And all the salary changes for the new fiscal years were effective 12/1. So those are all inputted, and the EEO4 is due January 4th. That is just being finalized now. It may be certified today. If not today, it'll be Monday, but we're right on target for that, and we'll actually be early with that report. So I'll have more on that next month on how the results of that, but we can't run any like comparative reports until it's certified and in, so we're working on that now. Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you. Moving on, got appointments and reappointments, resignations. At some point, could I get a motion to combine and approve these? I guess first Mr. Payton, second Mr. Featherling. It's the appointment of David Wolf to the Kankakee Township Fire Protection District, appointment of Scotty O'Connor to the same, appointment of Donnie Benoit to Minnie Creek Drainage District, Kevin Buente to McGilvery Drainage District, reappointment of Tim Nugent and Chris Curtis to the Will Kankakee Regional Development Authority. So I have a motion, a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a few openings here. One opening on the following: Clawson Park Drainage District, the Zoning Board of Appeals. I did find somebody, so they are going to be brought back next month. So remember, that's somebody from different townships we have to be on there. So they'll be coming back next month to be on this agenda. It was just, this had already been put out. This agenda had been out beforehand. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, we get to interview them for a second at PZA, or
If you would like, yeah.
is that okay?
Would you like to call them ahead of time?
Do you think?
It's
No.
not typically something
Unless it's
we
somebody
do.
that you know that knows some things about what's going on. No?
You know, we vetted them and they are eligible for
Okay.
the office,
Okay.
and we look for diverse backgrounds. Like,
Okay.
we don't want all farmers and we don't want all real estate people. We don't want all planning people. It's got to be a nice mix.
Okay. I got
Right,
you.
so,
I trust your
but please,
judgment
as the
then.
chairman, I'd be happy to as the
think about
chairman
it.
of the committee.
Yeah,
you
think
know.
about it for a couple of days. I got his name, so I can
Yep.
check it out.
So, and we can have him here if you would so choose. That's your call as the chairman of that committee.
Okay.
Okay, so, let's see here, where was I? X-Line. X-Line Creek Drainage District and McGilvery Special Drainage District. 2 openings on Canavan Drainage District and 2 on the Mantino Number 9 Drainage District. So we've got that. The only thing left, is there any new business the committee wants to discuss? Old business, you see it in your packet. This came up again. It happens every once in a while, and we had a situation where we had 3 department heads lose immediate family in a week. And we're sitting here and looking at this policy we passed a couple of years ago about memorial flowers for, well, basically it said may not be purchased utilizing county funds in compliance with the Illinois Constitution requiring public funds only be used for public purpose. That's never sat well with me because I often felt it discriminated against our employees into anything less than they are in the public and private sector. Employees are employees. And so when this happened, these are employees and immediate families. And so I am suggesting to the executive committee that we amend it as following. Memorial flowers for elected officials may not be purchased utilizing county funds in compliance with the Constitution. Elected officials have campaign funds. Elected officials, is a different category, as we're not employees of the county. So we run for office. We are not being retained. We're not recruiting, if you will. So it's more than a nicety. If it was a nicety, I mean, we kind of use the analogy, well then why don't we just put the heat at 50 degrees, tell everybody to wear coats. Our employees deserve better and to be treated like employees are in the private sector. They're no different. And so the suggestion that I have here to send to the state's attorney's office is for elected officials are excluded from that. We can take care of our own business. Whether an elected official utilizes memorial flowers as a method of employee appreciation and/or retention falls under the purview of that elected office and any associated budgetary limitations. So if somebody gets silly, well, we still have the budget. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's still within restraint. The memorial fund part of it was just redundant. It didn't make sense to even have that in the policy. We do that and all of those things. The other thing I noticed was it said for all current and past county board chairmen. That's not probably the correct pronoun or name. It's so hard to pick that out these days. Should be chairperson, I guess, or chairs, whatever that needs to be. So that's not noted. I noticed that today. So we should probably change that as well. So is there any thoughts on that? Any ideas, amendments, changes? We'll go with Mr. Lear first.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to amend the policy as indicated.
Okay. That's,
Second.
Mr. Featherling with a second. Any other thoughts on this? It's not grand. It's not, we're not talking, $2,000 flower drapes. We're talking 40, 50 bucks. I mean, we got to let our employees know we care about them. So, Mr. Lear.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think I would want to echo much of the points you've made, and that is it is important to treat our employees with respect and dignity. Our employees are just that. They are people that have important things that affect their lives, and that affects how they're feeling, how they can behave, their productivity at work. These are things that we are responsible for trying to make as possible for them to focus on their jobs. So showing them respect in terms of what's going on in their lives is something I think we should be doing for employees. You're right, there is a distinction to be made between elected officials and employees, and I think this policy change makes that distinction.
Thank you. And that's what I was wrestling with here is how are they any less than anybody else that's working for an employer out there? And our policy really demeaned them. We put bunting out for elected people, but we don't do anything for our employees. I mean, really? So that's kind of where I'm at. If any other thoughts, Mrs. Weber?
Thank you. I'm not finding the example. Is it at the bottom of the executive agenda? Or?
No, it's,
Oh,
It's the last page.
yeah, the last,
no, we didn't get it.
It's not on this version that you have.
okay, if it's at home, I looked at most of it home. I'll go back.
Would you
and
like a
look.
copy? I have
I'll go back and look at home. That's fine. Thank you.
But basically, that was the change, is what I read out. You know, is adding for elected officials into that policy, and then also that elected offices can do what they will. We give them a lump sum budget, and it's up to them to manage their office. They don't have to subscribe to the county's policy. I want to make sure everybody knows that. We have a policy manual, but elected offices can have their own if they so choose, or they can adopt ours. They don't fall under that. Legally, they don't fall under that umbrella for specific reasons per the Illinois Constitution. So otherwise, if there's no other questions, we're not spending here, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. No, not at that point. The bills are paid in the claims report. So we're not actually spending here, we're just authorizing the policy. The second thing is I'll send this upstairs. I did 3 weeks ago in this format. I'll send it up again to make sure there's no changes to language, because this was just my own musings. I didn't go to law school. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you for that. Is there any other business? I'll entertain a motion. Mr. Featherling, Ms. Parker, to extend this meeting for another hour? Was that it? No? To adjourn? Was that it? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.